For new video updates, subscribe to the Nutspace YouTube channel. One of my students is 3 years old and has a tendency of hitting everyone who steps inside his comfort zone or his personal space. He is otherwise a very happy child, but the moment anyone enters his personal space, he hits back, almost like a reflex action. Please suggest how to handle this.
So we see a lot of children who come in from the pre-KG or even before that, maybe the play school, where we have a complaint of the child hitting others. Now, hitting is a sign of frustration where you're not able to communicate something appropriately or internalize something properly, and you end up with hitting the other person. While this is common in children at around 2.5 years of age, we also tend to worry whether the child is seeing somebody at home who is indulging in this kind of violence, which is not very uncommon. But what is even more common is the violence you get on television, and yes, including animations and cartoons. Most of the cartoons that one could see have some form of violence, even if it is Tom and Jerry. So even something which was seen to be as benign as Tom and Jerry, if you look at it, they're just running around each other, trying to hit and harm each other. So these are things which the child picks up. Then if the child basically has an innate hyperactivity, is a little more active than other children, is a little more impulsive and is not really able to control his impulses, he is more likely to get angry, irritated and hit out or be a little more aggressive. What works in this case is one, finding out what exactly caused this behavior. If you can modify that in some way, that's great. We've already spoken about that. The other thing is to try things like time out for temper tantrums per se. But you need to do this firmly and consistently always. Otherwise, the child tends to get confused if there are, with both parents have a different set of parenting for this. If the child is basically very hyperactive and needs to be moving around all the time, gets frustrated when he's put in a particular spot all the time, then make sure that this child gets plenty of activity before you try to give him a sitting activity or putting him in a classroom kind of a thing. Even within the class, allow him to move around at times so he's able to release his pent up energy. And besides this, you need to really find out the atmosphere at home, like I mentioned, because a lot of rage can be picked up from the house. So these are the things we need to worry about. But at the same time, let me assure you, there are many children whose households are perfectly non-violent, and yet these children may have picked up something from animation, or it must just be a developmental trait which sooner or later you have to get rid of. So try all these things and let's see if it works.